it depends on what part of the process. The short answer is yes. It helps me in every stage, right? Content, absolutely. The type of content, it really depends, right? And again, because content is most important for this top of funnel piece, as we mentioned. Um, the types of content that resonate are at a high level content that solves problems that your customers are having. Too often I see sales professionals on LinkedIn talk about sales stuff, but it's like, you're not selling to salespeople, you're selling to doctors. So talk about that problem that you're solving that your doctors are having. They don't want to see you talking about sales, right? So it's matching what people are trying to solve with the knowledge that you have on how to solve that problem, right? Mm-hmm. So I think the biggest mistake I see is, as David mentioned, not meeting people where they're at, right? Hey, I'm going to build my personal brand, but I'm going to build it around, how to do sales because I'm a salesperson, but, and that's fine. You could do some stuff like that. But if you try to think about your outcome, if your outcome is trying to make more sales, then, I'm not going to try and sell a Ferrari to someone trying to buy a minivan, right? So you have to make sure that like what you're feeding and like how you approach it is aligning with what your outcome is. If your outcome is to get if you're medical sales and your outcome is to get a job at a B2B tech company that sells to salespeople like outreach, then sure, start posting that type of content, right? So again, it's really dependent on that like situational awareness, such as Mark is saying, right? Understanding like, hey, I'm trying to solve this problem for these people. Here's ways to approach it with content.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Andrew. I agree. I would also err on the side of brevity. Keep it short. Keep it brief, man. I think today's world of white noise, it's got to be simple. If you can't communicate it in under 30 seconds, you should kind of rethink. And I would also say, in the world of COVID, at least what I've seen is phone calls have been hard because a lot of us are working from home. That means you got to call someone's mobile device. That's a bit tricky. And so, kind of to Andrew's point, this world of the attention economy and copywriting kind of blend together. I think that's something to consider. But you got to keep it brief, and I would say keep it video based if possible. I mean, none of us will. Not how many of you like to read? Right, I'd probably say not very many of you are going to read much more than a short paragraph. So something to consider is what do you find engaging, before you think about outreaching to your customer.